Genesis chapter 20 and the 7th verse. I will journey around about 4 or 5 verses. It's the burden for a prophet. Now therefore restore the man his wife, for he is a prophet, and he shall pray for thee, and thou shalt live. And if thou restore her not, know thou that thou shalt surely die, thou and all that are dying. If you take a closer look, I know that it is a story that you may be well acquainted with. You will find out that it was built into the narrative of a loss that happened to a man. There was something that belonged to him, and in this case, it was his wife. And the man in question functioned with a lot of trepidation because he saw that what he possessed, if they come close to you and ask what relationship exists between us, tell them that you are my sister. So the wife was not wrestled out of his hands because he introduced her as his wife. He evaded conflict by saying he is my sister. I'm trying to introduce a prophet to you because a true prophet is not self-introduced. This was a man who functioned like a natural man, and so his options in preservation were also captured within the natural framework. A lie to escape a conflict. If he knew that he was a prophet, probably he would have deployed the energies of the prophetic in securing what belonged to him. Are you with me? So they took his wife. And because his wife was taken, a courtroom session opened in heaven that did not give admittance to anyone for cross-examination. The sentence of death was automatically pronounced because what belonged to a man had been taken. And in the day that God visited upon the one that dispossessed him, God said to him, restore his wife. Like God is saying to some, that like God will begin to see when we march, restore his territory, restore their nation, restore that the man his wife, for he is a prophet. The first mention of the word prophet was here. So we will need to study this model to understand the concept of prophet. At this point in the life of Abraham, he was not a prophesying prophet like we have it. I mean that he was not given to prophetic utterances, but heaven had judged him as a prophet. In Hebrew, it's the word nabi. Not essentially one that speaks, but a man that exists too is the prophet. He may not be speaking, but his life will be a bridge that around him. Such a man was Abraham. And I perceive that the burden of the Lord for our convergence